I may not get a lot of views for this video, but I am very compelled to make this video because I'm seeing that there's a lot of American people that's against America. And what I'm saying, there's a lot of American people that's against America. There's a guy named Nick Shirley. He's a YouTuber, and he was interviewing people on the streets of California, asking them, should the illegal aliens that invaded our country, should they be deported? And majority of the people in America said no. And I've noticed then that a lot of American people are advocating for illegal people that's here. And nobody is saying anything about the poor people that's American, that was born and raised in America, that's here. Nobody's advocating for them. Everybody that I'm seeing that's so concerned about the people that just came here illegally, not born and raised, don't pay taxes, never worked. Listen, I'm getting tired of these American people, man. I'm so tired of these American people because you have to figure this. And this is not hate speech, YouTube. This is for real. We as Americans cannot go to other countries. We can't do this and do the same thing that these people have done. We're not going to go there. They're not going to help us. They're not going to give us all of these nice hotel rooms. They're not going to feed us. They're not going to give us these debit cards. They are not going to do that if we was running from persecution in our country. But for some reason, a lot of Americans turn their back on Americans and say, you know what? Forget about the Americans that's poor here. Forget about the Americans that's in shelters waiting to get apartments but can't. Forget about the Americans that's sleeping in tents, sleeping in cars, sleeping in vans. Forget about the Vietnam and all the veterans that fought for this country that's poor right now in the street, sleeping in garbage cans, around garbage cans, sleeping in people's backyards, hiding. Nobody is saying anything about them. But I'm seeing a lot of Americans that's really advocating for these people who just came here, and nobody is really saying anything about the Americans that was born and raised there. Everybody is so concerned about the migrants. What happened to your heart? What happened to your heart with people that's already here, messed up? What happened to that? What happened to that, man? I'm seeing a lot of Americans do the wrong thing when it comes to really trying to help their own people, but they are so concerned about people that's not from here. They are so concerned about how you're calling Donald Trump evil and mean because he wants to get rid of people that don't belong here and try to fix our own house. Y'all so concerned about that. But nobody's concerned about the homeless that's out here. Tent City in California. You even have a tent city in New York now. FDR Drive. People sleeping in tents, using generators with their wives and kids. Nobody's so concerned about that, though. Nobody. Everybody's concerned about people. And then what makes me upset about this whole thing, you have people that came here, and because they didn't get what they want, they caused chaos. Now they're going to try to march in the street talking about what they want. You're not even a resident, but you're trying to march and say what you want. This is not good, what's going on with these Americans. Why don't y'all go with them? Why don't y'all, if you love them so much, why don't y'all go with them? But real talk, we have to fix our house is in shambles right now. Our house is a mess. Our house is discombobulated right now. This is not right. What's going on with a lot of y'all Americans advocating for these people, and we have a problem ourselves. We have a big homeless problem. We have a housing problem. We have problems where a lot of us have to work paycheck to paycheck or work 2 and 3 jobs because rent is so expensive. And these people, these landlords and these owners don't care. They don't care about people trying to, survive. They don't care. All they want is their money. And if you don't have the money, they will take you to court to get kicked out. Why don't y'all Americans advocate for that? Why don't y'all do that? Instead of always disrespecting Donald Trump and worrying about other people who don't belong here. Why don't y'all advocate for people like this, man? Why don't y'all do this? You put so much energy on advocating for people that belong here, but nobody's saying about the Americans that's here already, that's American born and raised, and that's having a hard time. They having a hard time feeding themselves, their kids, paying rent, trying to get the transportation to go to work, trying to eat. Why don't y'all advocate that, man? But y'all are so worried about other people. I'm so tired of this. I wanted to do this a long time ago, and I held back. But a lot of y'all Americans, man, don't even deserve to even be protected, man. You don't. You don't deserve to be protected. Because what y'all doing is disrespecting other Americans that was born and raised here and worrying about people that have not even a job legally here. Don't have any papers or anything, man. Y'all need to cut it already. Why don't you go with them then? If you're so concerned about them, you're so concerned, but you're not concerned about the Americans here. You're not. You're not concerned about the Americans here. People in California, Donald Trump is wrong for doing that. Oh, let them stay here. But nobody's saying nothing about the Americans that's already here and it's messed up. Nobody is saying anything. Nobody's saying anything about the elderly. I have a friend that's an elderly female, older than me. This lady is like my sister. And I had to get bad news that she passed away because she was attacked in the Bronx. Why don't y'all advocate for elderly people, man? Why don't y'all advocate for children that's here? Why don't you advocate for the women that's being touched by these predators, man? Advocate for that. So you're so much worried about other people that's not from here. You're so much worried about that. You're so much worried about advocating for them, but nobody's advocating for the people that's here. Everybody's so, with this, I hate Donald Trump. He's evil because he wants to deport people that's not even from here. Ask other countries. I'm going to give y'all this challenge. Ask other countries, will they do the same thing for us? Ask them. Like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment on what you think. But this is not right of what y'all Americans are doing. This is Big Hawk, that Yonkers native, the host of Street Talk, bringing you the latest news from here and all over. I'm out of here.